Just want to see us keep moving ahead.
Okay, well, let's look at the entrenchment of the Maori seats. That's something that people are talking about at the moment. Tariana Turi is talking about it. I heard Mahara Okero talking about it on Māori TV. Is that something the Labour Party is going to do, entrench the Maori seats?
Well, I went back and looked at the Select Committee report on MMP in 2001. And in that report, the Labour Party, the Alliance Party of that time, and the Green Party all said they supported the entrenchment of the Maori electoral provisions in the Electoral Act. And I'm pretty sure we'd take that position again. Now, you might ask, given that those parties had a majority in the Parliament, why wasn't it done then? Right. The view taken on the Select Committee at the time was because there was very strong opposition from the other parties that it wouldn't have been right to write it into the law without a consensus around an important constitutional issue. So we'd have to have that debate again, but there's no doubt we supported the entrenchment in 2001.
So you did it in 2001, so that's big news really, isn't it? Because that's what the Māori Party is talking about. That means you can't get rid of the seats unless you get 75% of the vote in terms of Parliament? Yes,
what it means is it's either got to be done through 75% of members voting in Parliament, which would not happen, right? The Labour Party is never going to support that. Or they would have to take it to a referendum. I would have some worries about the issue being put to a referendum of the general public because I know how right-wing parties beat a drum on this sort of thing. But it seems to me that Māori are entitled to be able to decide for themselves whether those seats come or go. And as we know, since MMP came in and Māori have had the Māori electoral option, the number of seats increased rather than decreased.
That's right. So 201, it's a long time between 201 and 208. Obviously, you want to get on side with the Māori Party. That's the reason? That's why we're looking at it?
I think we should.
That's why you're looking at it?
I think we should take a fresh look at it now and see how great a majority in Parliament we could get behind doing this, because what really worries me is the thought of a majority of Parliament, which isn't Māori, legislating away those seats. I think that would be very bad for relations in our country.
You personally, though, you weren't in favour of entrenchment, were you?
We went along with it in the Select Committee report. This was long before a Māori Party. Right. It was when Labour was there,
but
the Greens were there, the Alliance.
But hadn't you voiced disapproval with that?
No. Recently we were asked a question on the hoof. Right. And I said, I'm not going to give a response on the hoof. I said, under Labour, entrenchment's irrelevant because we would never do this as a government. We'd never do it.
Well, you'd never do it, but somebody might replace you. You might get a Mike Moore type in or someone like that who wants to get... I mean, Mike wants to get rid of the Māori seats. So we were hearing ex-Labour Prime Ministers talking like that. So it's not right to say...
The point is
Labour
X. The point is X.
Yeah, but the next one might... you know, that's the problem, isn't it?
And I can understand that. And that's why in 2001 we said, yes, entrenchment was a good idea. Really couldn't get broad enough support in Parliament. I think now, if it comes back up as an issue, which it surely will after the next election, we have to look at the real threat to the right of Maori to determine the future of the seats being taken away by right-wing governments and probably act to deal with that.
Let's go back 9